I'm live. All right. Nobody there to talk to, but I'm live. Am I seeing things? It says I'm live. And hopefully there's no break in the connection. Where is he? Where is it? I'm trying to get the event over here so I can answer questions if there were any. But there isn't any. So I don't have to answer any questions. Which is cool. I'm just going to sit here and drink a cold one. Still no questions. Any takers? No takers. Okay. So I will not answer any questions. I will talk about, and as soon as I was going to have a profound talk, there come the questions. Tita says hello. Hello, Tita. Lisa. I made it in time for, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. This cold one makes me burp. This is a dangerous this was not a great idea. Excuse me. This is this sparkling water and YouTube is not a good combination. If I start burping, this is the culprit. It's not me. Sheila says bonjour from Vancouver, Canada. They don't speak French in Vancouver, but bonsoir. Comment ça va? Ça va bien? Dolores says hi from New Hampshire. Kevin Settler says love the show. There's still no show. We are just beginning this show. Hopefully there'll be a show. But if there's no show, sorry for showing up. Lisa says she was sad to see me leave Lydia. I had to go back to work. I work full time. And I took a few days off, went to North Carolina. Just happened to meet Lydia there by accident, just pure coincidence. And yeah, so, but I made it back to work, and soon enough I'll be going down to places unknown. Hush, hush, mush, mush. What is the model number of my Van Vents? These little ones? I gotta make a video on these little ones because my handle broke again. And this is like the second or third time I broke this handle. And I've been pulling on it really gentle, and I'm using both hands, one hand on either side, and it still broke. And the last time the other one broke, I looked over here and there was a little crack developing right on top. So I don't think I'm going to buy any more. I'm going to do something else. You will see. And but are these, I'm sorry, are these the ones you were talking about? Oh, sorry. Where's the Bill, are these the ones you're talking about? This is the, oh sorry, I'm going to be burping. These are the Van Air vents from Ventline. So these, if you go online and you Google Van Air vents from Ventline, these are the ones that come up. So these are only one model. I don't remember. They're called Van Air vents. Van Air from Ventline. Jerry says, hi, Gramps. Jerry. Just wait until I make it to Montana. Just wait until I make it there. Then we'll talk. Mike says howdy from Tennessee. Howdy, Mike. Never been to Tennessee. Maybe one of these days I'll drive through there. You never know. Ed is in the house. Ed says, hey, I'm here just to be ignored. Okay, Ed, shall ignore you. Carol says, hope to see you at the RTR. I might be going to the RTR. I'm not sure. Things can change, and yeah, things are up in the air. I mean, I intend on going, but there's other things. Yeah. Have I made any new bread? No, I haven't. I just go to the bakery and I buy some bread. It's a big hassle baking the bread in my van. I've said this before. If I was out in the woods somewhere or in the desert and I don't want to go to the bakery every other day, then yeah, it makes sense for me to bake my own bread. But when I live and work near a bakery, you know, just around the corner, and that doesn't make sense. So well, you never know, Lisa. I'm assuming that you live in Florida, so we might be somewhere near you. And when I say we, in case I bump into Lydia again at some Walmart, then yeah, you never know. The gatekeeper just woke up. He says he wants to go to Montana. All right, go to Montana. The winter's coming. I'm going south, buddy. I've been in Montana, Shayla. I drove through Montana. At the time, I don't think Jerry Vanderhoof knew me yet, but I did drive through the whole state of Montana, all the way across. So wait a minute. I forgot, Shayla. I just forgot. I forgot, and I just realized when you said bonjour Vanderhoof, I just realized who you are. I don't know if I should say it. I don't have Jerry's approval. I guess I could say it. I guess I could say it. Jerry, tell me I can say it, and I'll say it. If you say no, I'll keep my mouth shut. Newport Richie. Where's Newport Richie? Is that North Carolina? Make me famous. Oh, they're sitting together. Okay, so Shayla and Vanderhoof are married. So last time I did a live video, Shayla and Vanderhoof were kind of like going back and forth, you know. Oh, you know, you look cute, this and that. Maybe you want to go out, and I'm just like, what the heck? And I'm trying to scroll past that so I can answer other comments. And then later on, Jerry told me that that was actually his wife. So Shayla, I haven't met you, but a pleasure seeing your icon here. What the heck? Oh, it's a dog. It's a sideways dog. La Source. I'm gonna stop there. Mike just showed up. So I'm just sitting here, not doing anything special. Actually, oh, darn it. I knew I was forgetting something. 1 second, folks. I totally forgot why I was doing this. Because I was editing a video and I ran out of power. And I'm like, you know, since I ran out of power, I can do a live video while my computer charges for a little bit. And then I completely forgot. So thank you for reminding me, everybody. Alright, just gotta plug this in. These cords, you know. Why these look? They just why can't they stay straight? Alright, let that be power. And there's power. Alright. Now this is gonna drive me nuts. It's gonna be touching me. Don't touch me. Okay. What did I miss here? Oh, Newport Richie is in Florida. Okay, so we were there before. Okay. I forgot where Newport Richie. Maybe if Lydia is watching, maybe she can tell me where that is exactly. Zen Quest. I think Tina, right? Tina, Zen Quest. Alright, Tina is coming back as if the last time it wasn't enough. She came back for more now with still going with the coyote eating thing. And the last time she said that, I had just finished my wonderful turkey chicken dinner from Boston Market, and then she's telling me that she just had a wonderful coyote for let's just move on from the coyote. I will check it out, see what, but hopefully there's no eating there. So if there is, I'll be clicking off real quick. But I don't. You know, I'm the type of person that probably I could not go to certain countries because, and I'm not bashing any country. Okay, if you live in one of those countries and you grew up doing this stuff, fine. I'm all good with that. But I did not grow up doing this stuff. So I would have a hard time going to certain countries where the line between pet and pest is very thin, where people will have dog or cat for dinner. They will eat cockroaches and rats and mice and grasshoppers and spiders and all these, everything is up for grabs. I draw the line there. I could not stomach that. I walked out of a chain, I guess I could say a Chinese restaurant in the US. Well, they call it a Chinese restaurant, but I walked out because it was a buffet, and I was in line, you know, putting food on my plate, and then all of a sudden, you know, I came down the line and I saw frog legs, and I'm like, oh, why do they have to have frog legs here? So I had to leave. I told the waiter, sorry, I gotta leave. I can't. Why? Because you got frog legs in here. Look at that. There's frog legs over there. She's like, I know, they're delicious. Come, I give you. No. I don't want frog legs. I'm out of here. You know, frogs just disgust me. Ugh. Frog legs. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, so what did I miss here? Lisa wants me to bring Timmy's to Florida. Lisa. I will be bringing Timmy's, but it's my Timmy's. I don't share my Timmy's. It's my Timmy's, Lisa. You gotta be kidding me. Timmy's. Sharing my Timmy's? Unbelievable. Listen, folks, if you want to eat all that stuff that I just mentioned, feel free to eat whatever you want. Just don't involve me and don't invite me, because one, I will not go, and two, if I'm there, I will leave. That's three. How you doing, Stat? So happy? Thank you, Shayla. Shayla agrees with me. Finally, a person with common sense. Unlike that Zen Quest lady. No, no. No, look at this. There's a mutiny going on. They want to raid my van and grab the Timmies. No grabbing my Timmies. Are you kidding me? My tires. Oh, you know what? You can grab my tires. Sure, go ahead. Grab the tires, they're gone. I need new ones anyway. So take my tires, do me a favor, and this way I can just go down to the store and get new. Just wait until I get to the place to get new tires. Then you can take my tires. Then they don't take them before I get there. Gatekeeper, you gotta learn how to spell. This is what he wrote. Trust me, you won't 5 Timmies to anyone. Anyone understand that? You won't 5 Timmies to anyone. And then he corrected himself and he wrote Gove. I think he meant to say give, but he went from he went from 5 to Gove. Lisa has a tire shop. What kind of shop, Lisa? Is that a good shop, or is that like a... Yeah, I got a tire shop behind my behind the shed over there. We got a tire shop. Which one is it? Is it a Up and Up, or is it Carla from Washington State, the great state of Washington? Been there. No, wait a minute. No, I didn't go to Washington. I went... Did I go to Washington State? No, Oregon. Okay, what kind of tires you guys have? You got good tires? See, the thing is, I wouldn't mind doing, because I need new tires. The thing is, I'm not even going to do it with my dealer, because the dealer I go to have work done on a van, they said they would match any price. The problem is, it's not a question or a matter of price necessarily. I have to go to some shop that's nationwide. So if I have a problem with the tires and I'm anywhere in the country, I can just go to one of those shops and they'll either fix the tires or give me new ones. So that's the dilemma that I have. Still going with the Timmies. You're not getting my Timmies, lady. I am going to lock my cabinet over here. Actually, I don't need to lock the cabinet. I just lock this door. I lock my side door, and I lock my back door, and nobody can get in. That's it. CC is watching us from Ireland, and he made a nice pun here. Tire conversation. Come on, guys, get a grip. We are trying to get a grip, and it's not spelled T-Y-R-E. It's T-I-R-E. That's how we spell it. Ah, come on, gatekeeper. I gave you coffee. Don't be like that. I gave you coffee. What are you talking about? Bob Wise asks an excellent question. Hey Lewis, how are you? I'm good. I'm drinking a cold one over here. Did you ever finish the yellow coffee? I still have a little bit left. And when I say I have a little bit left, I mean I still have quite a bit left. I've been intermingling it once in a while. I hope Todd is not watching this, because I don't want him to feel sorry for the fact that he gave me that yellow stuff. But I don't know what he was thinking to begin with. I told everyone that I love Timmy's. I don't understand why he sent me the yellow stuff, but I still have a little bit left. Is Timmy's a coffee? NC girl from Texas. Did I say that right? Oh, no. It's probably North Carolina girl from Texas. It's Timmy's is a coffee. It's called Tim Hortons. It's originally from the Canuck land, otherwise known as Canada. And I can show you the package. This is what I drink. This is whole beans, and I grind my own beans. So every day I have fresh coffee. Oh, the smell. Oh, it smells so good. Excuse me, folks. Oh, so nice. Nobody get any ideas about my coffee. I'm not getting it. You know, it occurred to me that I may have to buy a few extra pounds, and if I go to the RTR, if somebody says something, I'll just give them a pound of coffee. I could do that. I have to remember to buy some more Timmy's. I can't give it all away though, because I gotta have enough for me. So that means I have to buy. Yeah, I'll buy extra. Oh, Bob, Timmy's and Dunkin' Donuts, totally different. Ugh, not even close. Ah, I knew it. North Carolina girl from Texas. I knew it. Thank you, Todd. Todd Debick. Is this the same Todd? Is this the Todd that gave me the yellow stuff? If it is, I love that stuff. Very good coffee. Excellent. Mike asks a very good question. Have you ever forgot to lock the doors if you go to sleep, or when I go to sleep? No, I don't think I have. I don't think, because I always double check. You know, when I turn the ignition off and pull the key out, my doors automatically unlock. So I hear click, and I make sure that I clicked out of the lock button a couple times, and then I try the handle. Always try the handle. So I don't think I've ever forgotten. Shayla, otherwise known as Mrs. Vanderhoof, asks a very important question. So when the weather turns dangerous, is there a place of refuge for you? I know the weather can be tempestuous in the winter. This is my refuge place right here. This is where I come for eating, drinking, sleeping, refuge. As far as where I go with my van, I just stay safe. I mean, if over here in New Jersey, if they're calling for a hurricane, and I'm not far from the coast, if they're calling for a hurricane, then I go inland. If something is happening inland, I go away from there. But I just stay in my van. That's all I do. Lloyd Bob. Hey Lloyd. Welcome. Sissy asks a very important question. So Sissy wants me to remind, it says, could you remind us again what kind of coffee you like? Yes, I don't think I've mentioned it enough, so thank you for bringing that point across. This is the coffee that I like, Tim Hortons. Okay, so yeah, this is very good coffee. Thank you, CC. Very good question. Lisa said she tried to order Timmy's at Dunkin' Donuts. Can you imagine? I could pull one of those. I could go to Dunkin' Donuts and ask them, "Hey, can I have a cup of Timmy's?" that would make a good video. And then I'll go to Popeyes and try to order over there. Oh, today oh darn it, darn it, me and my big mouth. I put this here so I wouldn't be showing it, and I ended up saying that I went to Popeyes. Darn it. But when I went there, the guy asked me 3 times in a row. I told him I want number 2 mild and 2 breasts. So the guys went, number 3? I said, no, number 2. Number 3? Number 2. Not number 3? No, number 2. Oh, number 2. Mild. I don't know how many times I have to tell him the same thing. NC Girl, you probably found it at you probably found Tim Hortons on Amazon. The coffee from Amazon is about twice the price of the one I buy at Timmy's, so just be aware of that. I think it's about $16 a pound. You might be able to find it cheaper somewhere, but I'm not sure. Hey Tony. Tony M says hi. Jet.com. Folks, if you want Timmy's, go to Jet. Go to giants.com and they sell Timmy's there. Hey, Q Fudge. Q Fudge. Hi, Q Fudge. Taking a sip of my cold water. Getting kind of dry. All right. Any more meaningful questions? Any meaningful questions, folks? Anything meaningful? Pinoy says hello from the Philippines. Hello, Pinoy. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. All the way from the Philippines. This is a show heard around the world, folks. I got people watching me right now all around the planet, and that's something that it did not go unnoticed. I do notice that, and thank you so much. All the different cultures across the world, the different languages, the different people, and hopefully my jokes will come across the right way all across the planet. This is a good thing, folks. If you are in some country that this means something else, where I live in Western countries, Western Europe and the United States, this means good, excellent, I liked it, this is a good thing. Don't confuse this with something else. I don't have any Filipino friends. No. Oh, wait a minute. I can't consider him. I can't say he's a friend. But when I was going to a church many years ago, maybe 20 years ago or so, there was a family there, and they were from the Philippines. So at the time we were friends. I haven't seen them in like 20 some years. So yes, I did know somebody from the Philippines. How long does it take to do a Sunday video? It depends. It could. It's mostly. I mostly try to do it in one take. So there's cuts there sometimes because depending on where I'm doing it, there could be traffic noise, and then I have to cut that section. But mostly I try to do it in one take. So it could take a few hours to almost a whole day. It just depends. Oh, Ed is being very kind. Ed said, I am so glad I got to meet you, Lewis, because before you know it, you are going to be a worldwide star, and you really will ignore me then. Well, Ed, I don't consider myself a star at all, and I'm already ignoring you. So, see, if I become famous, I could just ignore you even more. This is just kidding, folks. Ed is a friend of mine. We're just playing around. It's right. That's a high production stuff here. Nothing but the best. Best camera, best microphone, best everything. Lighting. Oh, that was bright. Oh, now I can't see anything. Yolanda. Hi, Yolanda. Oh, Pinoy is in the Philippines, and Pinoy is interested in the RV life, but he says it's not advisable in the Philippines. There's no peace and order like here in the United States, and there would be good chances that he could be held up while camping in the city or boondocking. So it is interesting that how people in the United States, for example, how we can take it for granted sometimes that you can just go from town to town, city to city, BLM land to BLM land, and live in peace for the most part, where in other parts of the world that doesn't happen. You could be doing your own thing, being peaceful, and there comes the authorities overreaching their power, and they'll just arrest you or kill you or who knows what. So we take it for granted in this country, the freedoms that we have. Right Wim Girl, Right Wim says hi. Hi, Right Wim. Thank you very much. Oh, very interesting. Pinoy from Philippines says, did you know that the word boondock came from the Filipino word boondock, B-U-N-D-O-K, meaning mountain? I did not know that, and yeah, I didn't know that. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody else knows. Yeah, I didn't know that. So, if that's the case, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you, NC Girl. My kids, Bob asks about my kids. My kids are good. My son is having some issues, so I'm gonna let him work out those issues, and that's all I'm gonna say. What year, Bill Nolan asks, what year is your first video? How many do you believe you have made? Well, I started making videos in December 10th, so my anniversary, my 3-year anniversary is coming up. December 10th, 2014, and I can tell you in 1 second how many videos I've put up so far. 800, see if this refreshes, 866. So this one that I'm editing, maybe for tomorrow, will be number 867. Uptown window. What is sitting on your counter next to the Popeyes bag? Wouldn't you want to know? It's a container of mangoes. See? Mangoes, which I should be eating quick because they're ripe. Sims 196. Hello, Lewis. What kind of camera and editing software do you use? Thanks. I enjoy your videos. Well, I don't like to talk about what kind of. I don't go and talk about the stuff that I have, but and I wouldn't unless you ask me that question. Maybe in the future I would, but right now I don't know. I just okay for editing I use a Mac, and right now I'm using iMovie. Eventually I want to use Final Cut Pro. I know it has more stuff that iMovie doesn't have, so iMovie is limiting my capabilities, and when I say my capabilities I mean Spielberger's. He's the great editor and filmmaker, so yeah, it's limiting. But Final Cut Pro costs $300. iMovie comes free with a computer. iMovie on a computer, I'm pretty used to it by now, because when I first bought my computer, I did not use a computer for a few months because I was so used to editing on my phone that when I went to the computer on iMovie, I thought the thing was holding me down. It was a little bit different, and once I got used to it, you know, now I won't go back to the phone. So I guess I'm just a little bit afraid of going to Final Cut, because then I'll have to learn the program, and I'm trying to edit the video. So yeah, so that's what I have for editing. For cameras, I use the iPhone 6, which now I don't use as much. This that you're seeing me with is the iPhone 7. That's the one I mainly use to film with. And now I also have a Rebel SL2 from Canon that I'm learning how to use. I used to know how to use SLR camera, all manual settings, that I had many years ago, but I haven't had one of those cameras in a long time, and now going back to a DSLR, it's going to take a little bit of time to get all the fine stuff adjusted, including the external microphone that the last time I used, I had the settings on too low, and I was talking like I'm talking now, and in the video, in post-production, I could hardly hear myself talk. I had to tweak, I had to do a few things there to bring the volume up, and it's really annoying. I know with the phone, my ideas come to fruition real quick, because I don't have to think about what settings am I going to use, this and that. I just set the phone, hit record, do different angles, and I do it. Now with the camera, it's making me think more of all these angles. So that's the other camera I'm using, and then I have some of you already seen, I have a drone, and so I have the camera from that drone also. So that's the equipment I use. And if you want to make videos, it's not really what equipment you should get, it's what equipment do you have. If all you have is a phone, then use a phone. I started making videos on YouTube with either my 5S or 4S phone. So that's how I started making videos, and so just use whatever you have. I hope I answer all the questions correctly. I'm sorry, folks, if I didn't answer some of your questions. I can't answer. I think I missed some questions here. RV Debs says hi from Texas. Hi, Debs. By the way, folks, this is not beer. This is water. Just in case you were wondering, I don't drink beer. So Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lloyd. Lion and Lamb says aloha. Aloha. I'm assuming you are in Honolulu, Kukuyawi, Hamau. I can't speak Hawaiian, but in one of those islands. Oh, Carol says she's not feeling 100%. Carol says good night, Carol. I hope you feel better. Have some tea. Drink some lemon tea if you have some, and hopefully you feel better. Okay. How do I find unemployment on the road? I don't do unemployment on the road. I have employment that I work at full time, so I don't do unemployment on the road unless the work that I do is road work. Then I guess you could say that I do employment on the road. Get it? I thought it was funny. Oh, these are I love these mangoes. I don't like the other ones. These are the I don't know what the name of these. These have a name. Somebody know? Those mangoes that they're like green and then they turn red. I never know when to eat those things, but these I know when to eat them. Ah, come on. Ruth Johnson says hi from Ohio. Hi, Ruth, and thank you very much, and God bless. CC says I should get Final Cut fast. Well, it's an investment. You know, I've done some investments, and that's going to be maybe for next year. I'll get Final Cut Pro. So yeah, maybe next year. Somebody asks about the Webasto. When I just had my Webasto running, actually it's not very cold in here. I mean, right now it's 70, so I could take this off. But my Webasto runs like a house thermostat. I turn the dial here, right? Just turn the dial. I usually know where to set it. I usually bring this here all the way to this angle, like this. And I know when I do that my van will stay about 75 degrees. Now I can adjust it any way I want, and then the Webasto will cycle. So it's not always running. Once the van reaches a certain temperature, then it'll go. Then only the blower will work, and if you feel it, only a little bit of cool air is blowing in there, and then when it senses that the temperature dropped, then it kicks on again. So it's not running all the time. That's why I got it. That's why I love it. It's like being in a house. It's like having a thermostat in a house. You go to your house, if you have one, you set the thermostat whichever temperature you want, and it stays like that. This is the same thing. We need more friendly ship episodes. Well, that takes time. It's a lot of work. I'm looking at my power consumption. I don't want to use all my power. It's a lot of work, and I work full time, and then I have to come home and go take a shower, eat, do the editing, go to sleep, do some yakking, and you know, it doesn't leave me a lot of time. I also Ruckus also wonders about how waterproof your two front vents are. Well, they are so waterproof that I never had water coming in. So they're gonna be, you gotta remember, you're gonna be cutting a hole in your ceiling, whatever you have. I have a van, metal roof. So you're gonna be cutting a hole in the metal roof, in my case. Then you're gonna put the vent in there. And now your vent is going to be sealed as much as you sealed the hole. So if you didn't seal the hole properly, it's not going to be well sealed. If you seal the hole properly, it's going to be sealed. I think I sealed mine properly, and I never had a leak in any of my vents. Chico had died Sunday. Who's Chico? Rose? Rose says Chico had died Sunday. I don't know what that means. I missed my place in the comments again. Alright, Felicia Johnson has a good question. She says hello. She's been watching my videos, and it's been, I'm assuming it's a she, has been thinking about getting a van and living like I do. How do I get started? She asks. Well, first thing you need to do if you want to live in a van, first thing you need to do is you need to get a van. You get a van, whichever one you can afford. If you can afford a new one, I would advise get a new one. If you don't like to get a new van, then get something used in good condition, and then just go from there. And you don't have to build it up like I did. You could just put a mattress in there and some curtains and whatever ladies do and call it a day. So the amount of detail and work you put into it is up to each person. So it's not very complicated. It's actually very simple. I understand your hesitation. When I signed for my van, when I bought my van and I signed it, I'm like, what the heck am I doing? But once I bought it, once I started living in it, I never looked back. So you're very welcome, Yolanda. I lost my place in the comments. I apologize. Sometimes this thing just moves so fast. Neva's Lippen asks, are there alternatives to the Webasto? There are similar. Yes, the S-Bar, I think it's called S-Bar. If you Google S-Bar or similar to Webasto, it'll come up. So it's similar to Webasto. From what I understand, these two companies, S-Bar and Webasto, are across the street from each other in Germany. So That's one alternative that I know, that I can remember. I think there's more. I think there's a few others, but this is one that I can remember right now. Who died? I don't understand. I see some comments about somebody died, lose a friend. Who died? RV Debs. Rose did not explain it to me. Maybe she did and I missed the comment. Somebody died? I don't know who died. Chino asks about a law that you shouldn't live in your vehicle. Should they get rid of that law? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's a law per se that says you can't live in your vehicle. I think Congress overruled that, and I think they've said that you know, a person, you know, nobody can say a person can sleep in their vehicle. Now, what cities can do is, you know, they pass laws that certain vehicles cannot park there after certain times, but I don't think there's a law like that per se. I could be mistaken, but oh, somebody, Chico from Rufus and Doofus. I don't know who that is, but I'll look it up. Huh? Was it a young person, or I don't know who it is. Oh. Rufus and Doofus. Let me go to YouTube real quick. Oh, I'm coming up to the end here. Rufus and Doofus. Oh, I see who that is. Oh, okay. I didn't know the gentleman. Alright, folks, I want to keep this under 1 hour. So I apologize if I'm not going to get to your comments, but I want to keep this under 1 hour, and I have 1 minute to go. So with 1 minute to go, and it's already 8:30, so it's time to unplug my computer, turn off my inverter. It's off. Okay, so everybody have a good night. I'm going to be able to read your comments after I hang up. So but anyway, thank you for joining me, whatever you are, from the Philippines to Alaska to California to Europe to Ireland, all the way across the planet to Mars, the moon, and the flat planet Earth. That's an Earth alternative to yeah, I missed that one. Just, folks, be careful when you drive out there. If you see a steep drop off, that could be the end of the Earth. That could be the edge right there. So be careful when you drive out there. You don't want to fall off the Earth. You don't want to leave us behind, you know. So anyway, everybody have a very good night, and I'll see you next time. So now I have to hang up, and this is Joke Worth Part, and here we go.